It's time for another episode of Watch Fawn Try to Play with Her Camera Settings. Hopefully you can hear me. My house is asleep, so I'm trying to be a little bit on the quiet side. Working on a double page layout. I have a few of the things kind of together, not everything though. What I've done so far, I have trimmed, picked out a few embellishments, obviously. I have trimmed this craft cardstock. I trimmed a 1/4 inch off the side and a 1/2 inch this way so that I have a 1/4 inch on 3 sides. I did trim out the middle of my black paper, mostly just because I wanted to use it as a mat for my 4x6 photos that you're going to see here in just a second. And that just, I don't know, saves me a little bit of paper. Sorry about the creakiness there of my ATG. I did ink around all the edges with it's just a basic brown ink. Nothing fancy. Whatever is inexpensive at the craft store. I don't have a lot of inks. I don't stamp really, so just whatever. See, there's my photo mounted on the black. Hopefully you can see that pretty well, and hopefully you're not seeing too much of me looking all scarifying, getting ready for bed. It is like after midnight here. Just a few minutes after midnight, but after midnight nonetheless. So I'm going to kind of do the same thing here. And I have these kind of in an order, so I'll get to that with you here in just a moment. But I did a couple of things, like I said, ahead of time. Ink the edges of this pumpkin paper and, you know, cut out some of the middles and some of that. I don't really have enough space on my table, nor do you guys need to really see me cut all of that stuff out, so I figure you know how to work your own personal trimmers and can make that work. So these are pictures from our annual trip to the local, well, it's truthfully an apple orchard, but also pumpkin patch, and it's fun. Get a little wagon and you get to go pick your own pumpkins up the hill and all of that. And so we went and we had a great time, and then after, on the way home, we always get apple cider slushies because it really is an orchard after all, and so that's kind of their main focus. I did, in addition to trimming less off the one side, and I do that kind of so that you can see here, they're going to meet prettier in the middle, and it looks more like one, hopefully you can kind of see that, more like one big page rather than 2 pieces. Now, you know, really, when I put that in a binder, especially now I'm using D-ring binders, so will that really make all that much difference? I don't know, but it does to me, and I know the difference. So I did the same thing with this pumpkin paper. This pumpkin paper is Paper Studio, so it's the Hobby Lobby brand. It was called Pumpkin Patch. I don't think it's current. It came from my stash. It was really, though, pretty much just too perfect not to use. Like, I'm not sure how it sat there all of these years and I've not used it, but it was in my rather sizable stash of Halloween papers, and I really just thought it was adorable. Now, if you want to be very, very exact, by all means, get out a T-square, something like this. Wonderful piece of equipment. Bought for like $3, I think, at Hobby Lobby. Great thing to use. Makes your lines all perfectly straight and such. helps line things up across pages, whatever. Kind of not my thing. So, I mean, it's great and all, don't get me wrong. But I'm not really all about the making sure everything is perfect thing, as you know already if you've ever watched me scrapbook before. In addition to showing me where to keep my layouts, I wanted a little bit of this orange washi tape, and we're going to put a little of that right across here. Now it's brighter, significantly brighter than the pumpkin paper. I'm going to tone that down here in just a minute, and I'll show you what kind of does that. And I like to just kind of stretch it out as far as I can, at least when I'm putting it down. And then the mistake that I made on this page over here, I didn't allow enough left over to crease over the side here like that to make it all nice and neat. That does make a big difference, whether you think about it or not. It really does. Now, I recently got this really skinny tape right here. In a rack, pay it forward, whatever you want to call that. Random act of kindness, pay it forward, whatever, from one of my online friends. And I think it's kind of perfect for just that little line right there. And I try to, whatever I do on one side, do on the other over here to kind of keep them looking all nice and even and symmetrical. And get that all folded under. The other thing I'm going to use is just a very little bit of that same little bit right up here. And again, I don't care if my pieces are exactly the same length. That's kind of the idea I'm going for, that continue everything across both pages sort of idea. And that gives me a nice nifty little space to embellish a few things or whatever. Now let's go down to sticking down a few pictures. This was as we were getting ready to leave and head home with our pumpkins. And there's my little guy with his little, they both got, because they always have to have little miniature pumpkins as well, and so he's very proud of his, and obviously kind of holding his up for everybody to see a little bit there. So, and this one I'm going to try to not accentuate that wrinkle and probably end up doing exactly the opposite in the process. And then what I have here is, my goal is just to kind of randomly that. Did you see that? Stick two pictures together. Hopefully everybody, all of you do that at one time or another, and it's not just a me being silly thing. And here, yes, it's not straight. I know it's not straight. It's very purposely not straight. If I make things slightly wonky every here and there, it keeps it from being too perfect, then I don't have to stress. I'm one of those people in daily life who wants to be very, my natural personality is very obsessive, very OCD. My husband has another name for it, but that's different. And so I want things to be straight, generally, and neat and tidy, and I could spend all day on this layout just trying to make everything straight and neat and perfect and tidy, and I don't want to do that. That doesn't make me feel very creative, and I don't enjoy it that much that way. And maybe you do, and that's great if that's your love and part of your process, but it isn't mine. My love is creating memories and keeping things together for my family and whatever. Some people's love is shopping, and you can tell when you look at their layouts, and that's wonderfully cool. And I wish I had more money to spend and could be like them, but I don't, and I'm not, and so I just embrace what I have and what I can do with what I have and try to make it as cool as I can, and it works for me. So hopefully it works a little bit for you as well. And here I'm not even using a whole lot of pattern paper. Sometimes I do, sometimes not so much. This one is not so much, and I'm okay with it. I like it. It's fun. It does what I want. Plan here is to add just a few little bits of, and I probably should have done this Heidi Swap color sign. This is black velvet. Again, really great idea to do this before you put pictures down, but it is what it is. Right there on my, and see, that's exactly why you don't. I've not exactly mastered the splattery thing yet. I'm working on it. See, I told you. I think part of my problem is I'm afraid of it, obviously. And I'm afraid of getting too much goo on the little stick when I do it. It's a really nice, precise definition, right? Goo on the little stick, but you know what I mean, hopefully. That looks like plenty to me, probably more than I want, obviously, and that's okay. It's alright, doesn't matter. And this one, I'm gonna have to move that because it's messy. But we got it knocked off of there. I debated for a very long time this washi tape that I really, really love, clouds and hearts, but it just doesn't go. I'm not sure about those cloud veneers. I put them up there to use, but I don't know if they're going to make it either. They're very, very cute. These are American Craft stickers in Iguana, and I think they go very, very well with the orangey color. They're truthfully more of a yellow color when you look at them, but I don't know, something about them, even when I bought them, said orange to me, and which is really the whole reason that I bought them. My husband loves orange, so I have a lot of orange layouts for him and my son. And not that my son likes the orange all that much, but Daddy does, and so it's Daddy's color, and my son's color is blue, and so I don't know, does everybody have a color? Do you have a color? I guess I should ask. Maybe leave in the comments if you have a kind of a signature color or color people associate with you. Mine is pink, or black, I guess. My daughter's is also pink. And what I'm trying to do is just sort of line these up. Not all fussy, not all perfect. You didn't see me get out my ruler, my T-square. I do that sometimes. If I'm going to do it anywhere, it probably is with my title. Now, this title's not particularly creative or fun, but it is what it is. And it's gonna be good. And hopefully, it's pretty explanatory, I guess. And it's where we go, so it's what we'll remember from year to year. And just a couple more little letters here. Okay, so the cardstock you obviously know. The washi tape, obviously I have no idea where it came from. Did the thickers, told you about them. These letters are recollections from Michaels, and they came in this huge package. I don't know, there's like 8 sheets in this package of these, and so it's totally great to have so many of these to be able to use on all my different layouts. The name of the place is TJ, so TJ's Pumpkin Patch. And I think this is just going to say Orchard. Would have been more fun if I had some of these already pulled off of here, I'm sure, but I don't. You know what? I have a lot of these letters, so I think this is going to say Apple Orchard. I do not know how much battery I have left in my camera, so if at some point very soon it dies, I'm going to just finish off, and I'll post pictures with my video when I get it completed. If I do have time, then you'll get to see the whole rest of this layout, but I didn't want to get cut off and not know. These are just random little fonts. Do you ever watch these videos and wish you could like yell at the person making them and shake them and tell them something that they're missing, or something that you would add, or that they placed something somewhere you wouldn't put it. I don't know. I do that all the time. When I watch them, oh, don't put that there. No, put it up, or use that one instead. Or, yeah, all the time. So I guess it's a good thing there's no talk back feature in these videos. Like, you were probably just yelling at me, hey, you don't have those 2 pictures glued down. Now I do. Okay? Better, right? And so you can tell me what you think about the cloud washi tape, if that should go on there. Maybe like a little line of it right up there. I really want to use these little cloud veneers. I think they're super cute. I think they go. I'm just going to put them on. That can be your feedback to me if you want. If you watch this video, you can leave a comment and tell me if you would have left the little clouds off, or put the clouds on, or to add the washi or to not add the washi if you want. Or don't respond at all. That's up to you as well, of course. As always, that's of course your option. And again, I'm not a real huge embellisher. Obviously, if you've watched my videos before, you already know. But I like the idea of a couple of these little bits of dimension or sparkle or whatever you want to call it, just across these couple of areas. And I just had a few little dots anyway to use up. Not really use up, but use. And they might as well go on a wonderful Halloween layout that I adore. I do need to get some more black ones though. I have a group buy coming up where some folks were buying enamel dots. Very excited about that. Those clouds were also gifted to me by an online friend. These bits of bling came from the dollar bin at Michael's. I'm starting to love the dollar bin at Michael's for these little packages of bling. And then, you know, it just depends on what colors they have on any given particular day. But I love them. I find them adorable. So, really that's pretty much it. Oh, the other thing about this bling that's great, this backing, I'm going to use them for something. Maybe journaling cards, I don't know, something. Because they're really super cute as well. So pretty much I'm going to add a little bit of journaling, and that's the layout. Let me know what you think. Leave any comments below. Subscribe to my channel while you're here. Have a great day.